bye. Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Shivangi. If you're seeing my face for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button and the bell notification button. And if you haven't done that yet, you might, because if you're here wanting to pursue a career in fashion design and you do not have an educational background in it, this video might help clear some of your doubts, and this video might be a great boost of motivation, because if I can do it, so can you. Let's do it. The first question that I really wanted to ask you before I even get started on this video is, have you really missed the train? Do you really personally feel that you do not have it in you to pursue a career of your dreams anymore? Do you really think you cannot make a good designer, or you cannot pursue the dream design job that you really wanted to pursue all your life because of external factors? Do you really think you're too old or too young, or you're married or you have kids and you cannot pursue it? Well, I am here to bust all those myths, because if I can do it, anybody can. And I agree that I come from a privilege where I was educated in the field, but I am here to share my knowledge and my experience of being in this field for the past 8 years and telling you guys that anybody with great determination, hard work, perseverance and smart usage of their brains can pursue a career of their dreams in whatever field that they want to get into, because you do not lose until you decide that you've lost. You do not lose until you say that I give up. Giving up is not a part of my dictionary, and giving up is not a part of something I will let you guys do. So this video is hopefully going to motivate you if you've decided you don't want to pursue your dream. And if you really want to pursue your dream, I am all about it, and I want to push you and I want to make sure that all your dreams come true. So let's get started into this video. Something that my father's always told me is that experience beats education, and I hold that very close to my heart, because I personally believe that those words are the truest words ever said. Because education comes with a lot of privilege, agreed. You are grilled and you're taught all those things in design schools which you wouldn't learn in the real world straight up, but experience is something that comes and it never leaves you. It is experience of the real world, and the real world is also a big institution. It is one big college, one big school which teaches you a lot in life. So if college hasn't taught you things that you wanted to learn, real life will teach you those things. Just believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. Being keen to learn is key to becoming something successful in life. If you really want to learn something, you have to be a hard worker, you have to be up for any challenges, and you have to be willing to start from the grassroots level. So even though you have experience as a bachelor's of engineering and you have experience as an MBA graduate, or maybe you have an experience as a medical student, if you want to pursue a career in design, you have to realize you have to start as a baby. You have to be willing to learn from scratch and from the grassroots level, and you have to be willing to learn whatever is being taught to you, because that attitude that comes with age has to be something you have to get rid of. If you really want to pursue this as a career, you have to realize that आप अपने फील्ड में बहुत अच्छे हो सकते हैं. You might be the best in your field, whatever it is that you were pursuing. But if you're pursuing a new field, you have to act like a beginner and begin like a beginner. And only then you will be able to learn, because life is a school in itself and it is teaching you things every day. It depends on how good a student you are to actually observe and then implement those things in your life. Having said all of those things that I had to say, once you have let go of your inhibitions, once you have let go of all those things that you have learned and you've unlearned things that need to be unlearned, we will talk about the real material that matters, and that is gaining experience. As I said at the beginning of this video, that experience beats education. Where does this experience come from? This experience comes from internships. The easiest and the best way possible to learn about the fashion industry is to intern under brands that you feel fit. But another thing that you need to keep in mind is that because you do not have a strong CV, or because you do not come with a very sound academic background when it comes to designing, you will have to not be very picky about the brands you work with. You cannot aim at the stars, of course, please do, but you have to be ready. Before you aim at the stars, you have to be ready for them. You have to be prepared for them. Your CV has to be that strong. So initially, I would personally suggest, my number one and best tip that I can give you today is work for startups. There is no place that will teach you as much as a startup will, because it is a small company, it is a small set of people working together. You will be working under directly, hopefully, the owners, and you will get to learn so much about designing, about sales, about production, about marketing, about digital media, about social media, about exhibiting, about selling in e-commerce. These are all the things that you will be learning under a small startup, because those are people who are just growing. They don't have the big pocket size. They need you as much as you need them, because you are willing to work for a mere stipend, or maybe even free for that matter, because remember, we are unlearning few things and starting as a beginner, and a beginner is not really offered a salary, right? If they give it to you, it is a bonus, but please consider this as a training school. Consider them investing their energy in you as a training period for you to get better at the craft, so that then eventually you can charge the price you actually deserve. My number 2 advice for you guys would be investing in short-term courses. I know that train has long passed to actually pursue a design bachelor's degree or like a master's degree, and the reason why you're watching this video is because you don't want to do either of the two. So in that scenario, if you have the pocket size, if you think you can afford investing in short-term courses, I would personally suggest that invest in short-term courses, 6-month course, evening courses, 1-year diploma, evening courses, 3-month crash course, maybe a course specialization, say for a month, which is for pattern making or for embroidery techniques or for fashion illustrations. This way, you are basically building up on your CV, you are validating your CV or your resume, you're adding value to it while at the same time working for other people. What you're doing here is that you do not have a bachelor's degree from a A-grade school. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you know your craft, and to get to know your craft, this is another way of approaching the entire fashion industry, by indulging in short courses, so that you get a grasp of the language, you get a grasp of the subject, you get a grasp of the entire design industry, you get an inside learning, so that eventually if you even want to start something of your own, nobody can cheat upon you. You know your basic pattern making. A master cannot tell you that I cannot cut it this way. You can tell them that you can do it because I learned it this way, right? They don't have to know that you come from a bachelor's degree or you come from a diploma. What they need to know is that madam knows her tricks, or sir knows what he's talking about. The third important thing is investing your time and energy in fashion material and getting as much information and knowledge about the industry as possible. Be it fashion magazines, subscriptions to them, be it attending fashion events happening in your city. There are so many free events that happen in bigger cities. If they do not happen in your city, it's okay. You can always look up courses online. You can always look up YouTube videos where they're training people or teaching people something about the fashion industry. BOF or Business of Fashion is such an amazing platform, for example, where you will find so much inside scoop about the fashion industry and so much knowledge that they have to share. There are so many more blogs and so many more platforms on YouTube and otherwise where you can go and find information, because to be honest, you have to keep motivating yourself every day to be in the groove that you really want to be a part of this industry, because it can get a little depressing. Your first few rejections are a little difficult. It is very tiring and it may get a little exhausting that I really want to pursue this, but I'm not able to pursue it because nobody wants to take me in without experience in the field. So in situations like that, you would want to work by yourself and make sure you are educating yourself in whatever way possible. As I said earlier, life is your biggest school. It is a big educational institution which is teaching you so much every day. So take in one day at a time and take in as much as you can every day. There is so much content and so much knowledge and so much information out there. To give you some inspirational motivation and examples, Anju Modi was never trained in fashion designing. Sanjay Garg was never trained in fashion designing. These are pioneers in the fashion industry today, and these people do not come from an educational background where they were taught fashion designing. They did it with their grit, their determination, their idea of business, their mindset, their design skills, their thought process, and also their never giving up attitude. So that's all that I had to share with you guys in this video. If you liked seeing it, make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comment section and I'll try addressing them in my next video maybe. And also, if you feel that this content has helped you, make sure to share it with your friends and family or anybody who wants to pursue a career in design and feels like they've missed the bus, because you haven't missed that train, you haven't missed that bus, you haven't missed that cab, you haven't missed anything, because life is only begun and only when you give up is when you lose. You do not lose until you do not give up, and giving up is not a part of this channel. We do not give up and we don't let each other give up, right? I'm gonna see you guys around. Mwah. Bye.